Well, good morning from a rather damp Lake District, and from that little snippet that I showed you there, most of you recognise that I'm at Pooley Bridge. It's a pretty dull sort of morning, but forecast a bit changeable today, and I've set myself a bit of a challenge. I have a bit of a crack at trying to do the Ullswater Way. It's 21 miles, so it's a fair old hike. So I've been doing a bit on the fells recently, some fairly lengthy walks, and I'm hoping I've got a bit in my legs to get me all the way around. If not, I can always bail out at Glenriddin and jump on the steamer, but I'm hoping to have a crack at it. See, Pooley Bridge is still in a bit of chaos really, with the bridge being repaired, and you'll also work out from that I've decided to set off from Pooley Bridge. I mean, there is a bit of a decision if you're gonna try and take some photographs about, you know, which direction to set off in and where to start and which side of the lake to go down first. So I had a good think about it, and I thought that if the sun rises, it'll sort of light up the north side of the lake. So I've decided to sort of walk down the southern side, so starting Pooley Bridge to Howtown, Howtown to Glenriddin, and then back up the other side, in the hope that in the afternoon on the way back the sun will be round towards Glenriddin and there might be a chance. There is broken cloud and sun forecast and rain, so you might stand a chance of some sun rays or rainbows maybe later this afternoon. So that's sort of roughly the plan. There's a bit of low cloud knocking about that I saw on the way down here, but generally it's pretty flat and grey at the minute, but there is quite a lot of gaps in the cloud, so I'm hoping that we'll get a bit of light later on. So let's see if we can do it. Let's crack on. Here's a little scene my old friend Neil Hulme would love. No, not this tree. Look at that. And the 10-stop filter on that. 3 little poles. Boom. Hulmesy. Neil. Look what I found. Look. Get your 10-stop ready, mate. Look at this. Oh, what a minimal black and white shot that is. So, welcome to Howtown, first stop. 3.5 miles-ish from Pooley Bridge. About an hour so far, so yeah, it's alright. Weather conditions haven't improved any, still sort of pretty dull. But a lovely spot. I mean, just gorgeous, looking down the lake, and Hallin Fell here behind me, and that's where we're going now, around the bottom of Hallin Fell, along the side of Place Fell, and the next major stop after this will be Glenriddin, or Patterdale, somewhere around there. So we'll get a drink, a quick bite to eat, just keep energy levels up, and then we'll head off again. I keep seeing things as I'm going along that I just automatically think of other photographers. Here, Mally, have a look at this. Oh, long exposure. Look at that. Boom. Another photographer that's very inspirational, Amy Bateman. One for you, Amy. A few sheep. Can't beat a few sheep in a shot. I mean, looking how brown the floor is here with leaves and autumn leaves, you'd think that autumn is already finished. It's really brown in here. It's a lovely little section here. Some wonderful trees. Nice autumn colours. So, first real attempt at a sort of half decent shot. We've got these lovely pine trees here, and this branch here sort of frames the clouds in the background, that low cloud that's hanging over Glenridding Dodd and Sheffield Pike down there. So I tried to sort of shoot this scene with the infrared camera. The only thing I don't like about it is it's got a lot of dead space in this bottom right corner. Maybe better as a portrait perhaps, but I'll have to see. There's too much dead space, I think, with it using that branch. There's nothing there. Maybe if you had a boat coming through or the steamer or something to fill that gap might work, but it doesn't at the minute, I don't think. But I'll try it portrait and see if it comes out all right. Okay, I've had a bit of a change of plan as I've come into the woodland. So I've decided, as it's obviously very dull day, the sort of big vista shots are not going to work. So I'm going to start looking for a few bits of details as I come through the woods. And I'm going to particularly try and look out for some fungi. See if we can get some bit of macro work maybe. Very damp in the woods here, so there should be some quite good ones. We'll have a look around, see if we can find any, and hopefully I should come back to you with some. I then proceeded to rummage around for an hour in the undergrowth, looking for funguses like this, and here's a selection of images that I got. A complete waste of time, I think you'd agree. This is Mike Prince all day long. Look at the colours in these rocks. Abstract, minimalism. Tony Higginson maybe. He's in all that arty stuff. Ooh, look at the berries. Ooh, how many berries can you get on a tree? How green that roof is. It's like ridiculously green. Have a job toning that down. Looks pretty moody over there. That's the light up towards Helvellyn over there. So this is me arriving in Patterdale, bottom end of the lake. Probably about halfway. Legs a little bit tired. Been going 5 hours. I think I must have been fannying about too much with them mushrooms. So this is going to be stopped for lunch by these steamers over there. Oh, need to stretch off. My legs stretched and get something to eat. Well, that's me. Had my lunch, refueled, bit of a drink, feel a lot better, a little bit of a stretch off. 18 kilometres so far. What that is, maybe 12 miles or something, somewhere around there. So we start the back 9, head towards Glencoyne and then Area Force. See if there's anything worth getting excited about. The weather is getting a bit better, bikers are out, bit of sun coming out, might stand a bit of chance from Gao Bar on the way back. thing for me on these trips, when you do these recce visits and you're looking at stuff, it's always trying to imagine what things are going to be like in different conditions, because clearly today conditions are pants. I'll show you in a little bit when we get a little bit further along exactly what I mean by that. An area that I shot on Friday, but this is a nice little scene here that I'm about to show you, and again I just want to discuss it because it's got real potential for a shot in the future, and I'll tell you why. Just turn this round. Okay, this is just a little bit of path. As you can see, it's got a lovely tunnel effect to it, but the thing I really like about it is the fact that you've got all the light on the right hand side. So if you imagine this in misty conditions, and we're on the shores of Ullswater here, so it is you know, frequently misty here, you would also get the sun bursting into this little tunnel, and it'd be a lovely scene, I think. I've actually just taken a phone shot and quite liked it, even now in these conditions. So yeah, it's got quite a bit of potential, this, I think. I may even take a camera shot now and see if it comes out all right. I'm going to show you this area as we walk through. It's near Glencoyne, and this is exactly what I'm talking about in terms of recon. I've driven past this quite a lot over the years, and I always felt there was some good potential in the right conditions. Well, Friday was an absolute bonzer of a day. A 10 out of 10 photography day. Mist and light just in this section. And just to show what I mean, I'll put up a couple of the shots I got in the mist on Friday, which I loved. I mean, it's my type of photography, obviously, because I like misty woodland stuff. But just soft, subtle conditions and a bit of drama as well. So, you know, it's important when you're walking around these areas to think, what would it look like in mist? If it's an area that gets misty woodland, and this is. Well, the sun's trying to get out. In the gap up there, you can see it's quite bright up towards Helvellyn. Might be lucky. We're about to sort of climb up towards Gao Bar, or go along the side of Gao Bar, which is quite an elevated viewpoint. It's a viewpoint I was hoping for some good views, and maybe a bit of late light, and the sun is trying. There is a chance. Okay, I've just arrived at Air Force. Obviously a big waterfall here that I'm not doing today because I haven't got time. I'm about 15 miles in now, feeling quite tired, and now I've got a bit of a slog up to an elevated viewpoint on the side of Gao Bar, which is really nice, but probably the toughest part of the day. So, bit of head down, bit of hard work till I get up there, and I'll sit down, have a coffee, and we'll put you back on there and see what the light's like over Helvellyn. Huge! I do love it when a plan comes together. Just have a look at this. This is just, woohoo, this has got potential. Well, I've got a right puff on getting here, but I'm almost at the top. And it's absolutely gorgeous down there now. I was hoping for the light down there when I got to this point, and it's not disappointed. It's quite hard to deal with because it's very bright and very dark. A real high contrast dynamic scene. But a bit of bracketing should sort that out, and yeah, let's try and get a couple of shots and see what they look like. Just seeing this boat, and it's heading into this scene. Might just provide a nice bit of scale. I'll try and shoot one now and get it with the boat in it. I bet you any money Littlejohn's on that boat there. The one that's furthest away from us just did a big U-turn. I thought, what's he doing? And then I look back this way, and you've got all these lit up trees on the side of Place Fell, and then that in the background. I bet you any money he's on there. He's got the skipper to turn it around. Down here, and the lights just catching. This is sort of the last light. Just catching this little scene here, which caught my eye. This little shed. This little copse of trees behind it, quite nice. Just had a little look at that in infrared and also colour. Might be quite nice with the dark background. So that's me back at the car. I would have summed that up. Well, I'm really pleased I managed to do it. It's about 22 miles ish. I haven't looked on my phone yet to see what it was, but I think it's 22 miles round trip, so it's a hell of a slog, 11 hours. Photographically, pretty poor on the way down, but it's a fantastic place to walk. I mean, you can't complain. It's a lovely day. And then I had that 15 minutes of sublime light over Sheffield Pike and Glenridding Dodd down that way. So the question is, was an 11-hour walk, 22 miles, worth 15 minutes of really good conditions? Well, the funny thing is, you'll have already seen the pictures, so you'll have been able to judge whether they were any good or not. They certainly look good to me in terms of you know, the light and the drama of it all looked fantastic. So tell me this, was my 11-hour walk and 22 miles, was it worth it just for them few shots? Well, I don't know, but it's time to get on for a shower and something to eat. Until next time, folks. Bye bye.